In this video, I will show you how to use the if function to check if a cell is blank in Excel like this. So let's get started. Here in this Excel sheet, I have a table containing a list of items in column B and available inventory units in column C. Now I want to create a status out of stock if the available quantity in the C column is blank or missing. Let's start the formula by typing an equal sign followed by if and an opening bracket in the target cell. The first argument of the if function is the logical condition to check. Since we want to check if the cell C3 is blank, I will compare the value of the cell C3 with an empty string in double quotes using the equal to sign like this. We need to provide the value if the condition is true as the second argument. So I will type out of stock in the double quotes as the second argument. If the quantity is not blank, then I want the status cell to have no value, so I will provide an empty string as the third argument. Type the closing bracket and hit the enter key to complete the formula. Copy the formula to other cells by dragging the cell down from the bottom right corner of the cell. As you can see, we have out of stock value as the status if the item inventory is blank and an empty status value for available items. We can also use the len function to check if the cell is empty. The len function returns the number of characters in a string. So if the number of characters in a cell is 0, then the value is empty, otherwise the value is not empty. I will modify the formula, replace the if condition with the len function and then compare the length of the cell value with 0 using the equal to sign like this. As you can see, it produces similar results as in the status is empty if we have items in stock. Sometimes a cell looks blank but actually it is not. For example, in this Excel sheet, cell C4 appears to be blank but in fact it contains a formula that returns an empty string. However, our formula that compares the cell value with an empty string still returns true and thus the status is out of stock. If you want to consider such cells as non-blank cells, you can use the isBlank function instead of comparing with an empty string using the equal to sign. The isBlank function returns true if the cell is empty and false otherwise. To use the isBlank function to check if the inventory is blank, I will modify the condition of the if function to use the isBlank function like this. Hit the enter key and copy the formula to other cells. As you can see, the isBlank function gives similar results as it displays out of stock status if the stock cell is empty. However, in the case of a cell containing a formula, the status is not out of stock. Watch these videos for more Excel tips, tricks and how-to tutorials. If you find this video useful, please like the video and subscribe to our channel.